Hello everybody and welcome back to a Grim Dark Future Firefight Battle Report. And we are once again here at the Sector 9 arena for the third match in the Gang War League. Today the Hidden Gang will face the Artisans, and this will be both of the gang's second match in the league. And that means both of the gangs have earned and spent the points from their first matches. And once again, we will fight 4 rounds in a relic hunt mission. There are 3 objectives to control, and when a unit has an objective under control, they can move with it and they will drop it if they are stunned or taken out. And whoever controls the most objectives at the end of round 4 will be the winner. And if no winner can be decided, there will be an additional round, and so forth. But let's not hesitate anymore, let's meet the gangs. Champion Zartush is the leader of the Hidden Gang. He is armed with a rifle, a shock staff with needle mod, and then he has bought a gold-plated weapon that will pass his first morale test. Then we have 2 Psy-Ghosts, both with Strider, armed with close combat weapon, one with heavy claw and one who has upgraded with a web shooter and a frag grenade. And finally a unit of Shadows armed with shotgun pistols, knives and close combat weapons. All of them have stealth. Champion Dubisky is the leader of the Artisan. He is armed with a rifle with plasma mod and a shock baton. Then we have Neeth Artisan armed with energy shield and plasma pistol, a Neeth who has upgraded to a flamethrower pistol, a Super Taker with a radiation cannon, and a Super Taker more armed with a rifle. The Super Takers have Relentless and all the Artisans have Cyber Eyes, and the Neeth are fast. And let's see who will activate first. Red dice for the Artisans with a 3, and the black dice hidden by the Hidden Gang. It's a 5. The Hidden Gang will activate first. And the Hidden Gang members have deployed on the right side of the Sector 9 arena behind the buildings here. And both the Psy-Ghosts are close to the central objective, hidden inside the container. The Artisans have deployed on the left side of the arena with the rifle Super Taker here, and then the champion as well as the Neeth Artem and the radiation cannon here in the middle, and on the upper part of the deployment zone, the Neeth with the flamethrower pistol. And both gangs will now roll for their special objective. The Hidden Gang will have recovery, and the Artisans will have rage, and these objectives will give them extra points if they can complete them. Now it's time for round number 1. The Hidden Gang will activate first, and now let's see how offensive and aggressive they will be. The first one to activate is the Psy-Ghost Calesh. He has upgraded to a web shooter and he is carrying a frag grenade. He moves close to the central objective. And then the Artisans activate. A bit less aggressive. He stays inside the building here. He might consider it too dangerous to move out in the open. Next up, the second Psy-Ghost, Neeth, armed with heavy claw. He also takes position behind the container, where they are hidden from plain sight and out of shooting range. Next up is Artem. He is carrying an energy shield and he is fast, but he doesn't move that far. He stays inside the building as well. And then Zartush, the hidden champion leader here. He had a great match in the first round of the Gang War League. He takes position in the opening of the building, and he can see the Artisan with the radiation cannon from this position, and his rifle has a 24-inch range. He might be able to take a shot here. He will need a 5 to hit because of the cover, and he fails his shot. And now the rifleman here, he advances to the corner of the building. And that will, of course, be to take a shot at the champion. He has one shot, and he will need a 4 to hit, +1 because of his cyber eyes, -1 for the cover, but with a 1 he will fail everything. Now the unit of shadows are actually able to reach the objective here in the upper part of the arena, but they stay inside the building as well, and from here they will have a good position in the next round. And now Lomar here with the radiation cannon fires back at the champion. Zartush as well. The radiation cannon has a 30-inch range and the blast ability, so it will ignore cover. He will only need a 3 to hit. But another one. Even though they have cyber eyes, they really don't hit that great. Final activation of the first round is Artisan champion Dubisky, and he moves right to the other side of the container, the opposite side of the two Psy-Ghosts. But the Artisans will not activate first next round. It might be a risky move. So here at the end of the first round, none of the objectives are under control, and the two gangs have made quite a lot of strategic movement, and then they have taken a few shots at each other. No casualties so far. Let's go to round number 2. And as mentioned, the hidden gang finished first, and then they activate first. And the first activation here is Neeth, the Psy-Ghost with the heavy claw. He attacks the Artisan with the flamethrower pistol inside the building. He charges against him, and he has 2 close combat attacks and 1 with heavy claw. He will hit on a roll of 4. The yellow die is the heavy claw, and the 2 black ones, the close combat hits. So he hits with his close combat attacks, and that will mean 2 defense rolls for the Artisan. He has a defense of 5, so he makes 1 and fails 1. And that is enough to take him down with 1 wound and force him to roll on the wound chart. So that could be the first casualty of the game, but no, yet another one. He is stunned. And now Artem activates. He advances and takes control of the lower objective, and he is also within firing range of the champion from the hidden gang. He will hit on a 4 with his plasma pistol, and that is enough to hit. And with AP4, Zartush will need a 6 in defense, otherwise he will take 1 wound, and that is exactly what he does here. And now the other Psy-Ghost, Calesh, activates, and he cannot resist the possibility to take out the Artisan champion. So he charges against the champion. He has 4 attacks, 2 close combat attacks and 2 with a web shooter, and he will hit with a roll of 4. So first, the 2 regular attacks. He hits 1 of them, and then the web shooter, and the web shooter has the Rending ability, and that means 2 hits, and 1 of them will be Rending. It could be fatal for the Artisan leader now. He will have to come up with pretty good defense rolls to get himself out of this one. He will need a 5 to defend the 2 regular hits here, so he defends 1 of them. And then the Rending hit, AP4, he will need a roll of 6, and he fails that one, so that will be 2 wounds for Dubisky. Not enough to take him down, but still a fatal attack. But he can fight back now. He has a regular close combat attack, hitting on a 4. And he makes it. So he hits back, and Calesh will now have to defend on a roll of 5. And he fails, so even though he hit the leader, he also tastes his own medicine. He goes down with 1 wound, and he is also forced to make a roll on the wound chart. And he is stunned. And immediately after, the Artisan leader activates, and in his round, he charges against the stunned Psy-Ghost, taking him out of the game. And by doing so, he completes the Artisan's special objectives to be the first ones to knock out an enemy. Now Zartush activates. He is out for revenge. He is within shooting range of Artem, but instead of targeting him, he targets the rifle artisan here at the corner, and he fires his rifle as well as his needle mod. The black die for the regular rifle shot and the yellow one for the needle mod. He needs a 4, so he hits with his regular shot, and he only has 1 shot. But the artisan will have to come up with a defense roll of 5, and he fails. So he goes down with 1 wound, and now let's see what will be his fate. The roll on the wound chart is a 4, so he is still in the game, only stunned. Lomar with the radiation cannon here moves up to the opening of the building, and from here he fires his radiation cannon at the Psy-Ghost. 1 shot, and he will need a 4 to hit, so that will be a hit. And the radiation cannon is a weapon with the blast ability, doesn't really matter, but he fails his defense roll nonetheless, and takes 1 wound. And with a roll of 6 on the wound chart, a second Psy-Ghost is taken out now, and that means the hidden gang is down to half strength already here in round 2. The unit of shadows have to carefully consider what to do now. They can take the objective, or they can charge against the artisan leader and try to take him out for good. And they have 4 close combat attacks and 2 knives, hitting on a roll of 5. So the black dice for the close combat attacks and the yellow dice for the knives, and that does not look good at all here. Only 1 hit, and it's AP nothing, so Dubisky will defend with a roll of 5. He only has 1 wound left, so he has to defend it, and he fails. So only 1 hit, but enough to take him down. He has 3 wounds now, and he's forced to make a roll on the wound chart, and that could mean the end of this match for him. But they are specialists in rolling ones at the moment, so he will stay on the battlefield in a stunned condition. And the artisan rifleman here gets back on his feet. The one with the flamethrower pistol does the same, and then they prevent the hidden gang from completing their special objective. And that will be the end of round 2. 1 objective is under artisan control, but the hidden gang is down to half strength, and they will have to make morale tests. The unit of shadows first, they will need a 5 to stay in the match, and they roll a 6, so they will be around for the 3rd round. But what about Zartush? He doesn't have to roll because his gold-plated weapon will pass his first morale test automatically. Let's go to round 3. The hidden gang activates first, again here in the 3rd round, and the shadows are the first one to move. They move past the artisan leader, and from their new position they can take the objective and they can fire at the leader, trying to take him out. They fire with shotguns as well as pistols, and they hit with a roll of 5. And the black dice for the pistols, yellow ones for the shotguns, and there are hits, and that automatically takes out the artisan leader. Nice double move here. The Neoteker Artem moves next. He has control of the objective, so he can move with it, and he is also fast, so he moves his range of up to 16 inches away from the middle of the Sector 9 arena, in a relatively safe position with the objective. But Zartush, the hidden gang leader, is not finished yet. He moves out in the open and fires everything he's got at the rifleman here, and he hits with his needle mod this time. It's a poisonous weapon, but this was not a 6, so it's a regular hit, and the rifleman will need a 5 to defend. And not enough, he takes his second wound, and again he goes down. So a roll on the wound chart now, and with a roll of 6, it's more than enough to knock him out. Orto with the flamethrower pistol activates, and he takes the upper objective. And since there are no hidden gang members to activate, the guy with the radiation cannon here will take position inside the building. He plays it safe, and that will be the end of the third round. And once again, the hidden gang will face morale tests. The unit of shadows first. They will have to come up with a roll of 5. Can they do it again? And no, not this time. They have control of the objective, but they decide to get the hell out of the arena as fast as possible, leaving only their champion leader Zartush back. And he will have to roll as well this round. And he has a quality of 4, and he also fails his morale test. The hidden gang members have left the arena. So victorious in the second match of the Gang War League, the Artisans earn 2 victory points as well as additional points for their special objective. And the 2 knocked out Artisans will now roll to see if they recover or, well, something worse. First up, the rifleman here. And he rolls a 1. He is dead. A heavy blow here in the middle of their victory celebration. But what about the leader, Dubisky? He rolls a 2 and he recovers. And the white dice here in front of them are the XP earned in this match. And now the status of the hidden gang. They will not earn any victory points, but they will get a few points. Not any for the special objective though. And the Psy-Ghost here rolls a 6, so he will earn 1 additional XP. And what about the other Psy-Ghost? He rolls a 5, so he recovers. The unit of shadows earned a total of 3 XP in this match, so they will level up, and they will now roll to see what will happen. A roll of 6 means fast learner, so they can pick any trait from this list, and they pick the specialist ability. So they will have that in the next match. And here we have the results after this match. The next match will see the Enforcers take on the Soul Snatcher cults. Thanks a lot for watching this battle report in the Gang War League. I hope you'll join me for future Bad Reds.